Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, January 22nd. The Mid-Atlantic snowstorm is history now. What remains is bitter cold air that rivals the cold air outbreak in the early part of the month, a so-called polar vortex cold air outbreak. Temperatures in and around the Philadelphia region early this morning right around 0 degrees with outrageous wind chills, some 10, 20 degrees below zero. It'll be gusty today, and those wind chills will continue to be way below zero at times right through the day. Temperatures this afternoon will struggle to get out of the single digits, perhaps reaching the lower teens along the I-95 corridor, again with outrageous wind chill values. This cold air pattern is quite amazing looking. It looks like it'll last for the next couple of weeks. The incredible part about it is how sustained the cold air will be. In the earlier part of the month, we had this polar vortex cold air outbreak that was indeed extreme cold, but it really only lasted a couple of days. Here we have multiple Arctic air outbreaks, along with multiple snow threats, by the way, for the next couple of weeks, and the sustainability of this cold air is what will make this pattern quite incredible over the next couple of weeks. Well, the current air mass extends all the way from the northeastern part of the country into Texas and Florida. These blue circles here presented on the website coolweather.com show all those locations that are at or near record lows for the morning, way below zero up in New England, to the 20s in parts of Florida, and that extreme cold extends all the way down into Texas. Next couple of nights they'll have freeze watches out for much of Florida as the extreme cold for this time of the year continues all the way up and down the East Coast. Well, I really want to emphasize the cold now that the snow is gone, because again, the cold will be quite incredible over the next couple of weeks. We have another Arctic air outbreak reaching the northeastern part of the country Thursday night. That'll just reinforce the extreme cold that we have now. Temperatures Thursday night should get back down to near zero in many I-95 corridor locations. And then yet another strong frontal system moves through the Mid-Atlantic region over the weekend. It looks like it ushers in another brutal cold air mass in the Sunday, Monday time frame. I want to kind of focus in on that. This is a model forecast from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run for the next 8 days. And what we're looking at is the 850 millibar temperatures. It's color-coded. Want to track the origin of this early next week cold air outbreak, because it looks like it originates in Siberia. And anytime you get a Siberian air mass crossing the North Pole, moving into the Northeast, look out. It could be incredible cold. This comes from the AOSS University of Wisconsin website, and we'll just kind of track this. This is the North Polar region right here, and we're slowly looping over the next 8 days. And let's get to the beginning right about now. Here it is. That cold air outbreak crosses the pole and drops southward through central Canada into the northern U.S., and then it spreads all the way to the East Coast. So again, this early next week outbreak crosses the pole from Siberia, drops southward through north central Canada into south central Canada, then the northern U.S., and then spreads to the east. Look for some more incredible cold in the Sunday, Monday time frame of next week. Well, here's another way to look at this incredible cold. This is the European model run showing the 500 millibar height pattern along with the 850 millibar temperatures. The 850 millibar lower part of the atmosphere is color-coded. This is the current look. And again, this is the northern hemisphere projection. We've heard a lot about the polar vortex, which, by the way, is a very natural, normal phenomenon. It's been around forever. And at times, pieces of it breaks off and drops from the North Pole region to lower latitudes. And here we are right now. This is the North Pole right in this region right here. And there's a piece of the polar vortex showing up here with very, very cold air right near the North Pole, but also a piece right in here, the northeastern part of the U.S. This is Florida right here. On the other side of the pole, a large area of the polar vortex has dropped to the mid-latitude. So again, obviously, we have a piece of it now in the northeastern part of the country with extreme cold air extending up and down the East Coast. And let's take a look now to about a week from now, about next Tuesday. Let's look at the forecast map for the same 850 millibars from the European model. And here it is for next Monday night of next week. Again, North Pole right in this region right here, and a polar vortex drops. It's distributed down to the mid-latitudes. Here is the one that will affect us with another brutally cold air mass in the Sunday-Monday time frame, and another part of it goes throughout Asia and Europe. They're going to have severe cold as well over the next several days. So again, no end in sight to this very cold pattern. Whether you look at the polar vortex or the 850 millibar temperatures, it looks like a cold pattern, not only for the next 5 to 7 days, but for the next couple of weeks as well. Well, let's wrap up with the more conventional looking GFS surface forecast maps for tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, then we'll look at Friday morning and Saturday morning. There is a little wave of low pressure here that will cause some snow showers in the I-95 corridor right in this region right here tomorrow afternoon. That is a frontal system that will usher in a reinforcing Arctic air outbreak, and Thursday night promises to see temperatures again between 0 and 5 degrees in the big cities as a second Arctic air outbreak reaches the mid-Atlantic region. Let's now jump ahead to Friday morning. Here is the forecast map for Friday morning from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. Just brutal cold here early Friday morning. This is the minus 20 line at 850 millibars, which is brutally cold this time of the year or any time of the year. And here we go. Upstream, another low pressure area in central Canada. And this is yet another extremely cold air mass dropping again from Siberia across the North Pole into north central Canada and then down into south central Canada by the early part of the weekend. Let's now jump ahead 24 hours. And here's the forecast map for Saturday. That low pressure area, which is the leading edge of this next Arctic air outbreak, is over the Great Lakes region. Lots of snow here. Looks like some snow shower activity moves into the I-95 corridor on Saturday. And here it is, minus 30 degree air at 850 millibars with this Siberian Express that's dropping all the way across the pole into Canada. And this continues to move towards the Mid-Atlantic region. It looks like more outrageous cold for Sunday and Monday of next week. Well, that's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.